beautiful. That was some random dudes from Haiti sitting around playing what looks kind of like a lot of homemade instruments, playing some Haitian folk music. Hopefully you could hear, like, obviously that was a huge African influence. Haiti, of course, is an island in the Caribbean, and that music, you could hear, that's going to go into rock and roll, it's going to go into blues, it's going to go into jazz, it's going to reggae, it goes into Caribbean, clip. There's a lot of influences in there, and like I said, that's some Haitian folk music. Why Haitian folk music, you say? In addition to just being kind of cool and kind of groovy to listen to, on May 20th, 1743, Toussaint Louverture, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, my French is almost non-existent, was born. And he was born a slave in Haiti. Haiti was part of the French Empire at the time. And then when the French Revolution broke out, he was inspired by, the calls for, liberty and stuff like that. And he helped lead a successful slave revolt that freed Haiti of slavery. So he was born in the States, 1743, Haiti, a small island down in the Caribbean, south of Florida. What happened to him is a long story I won't get into now, but good chance to play some music and mention an important character in Western Hemisphere history. Okay, let me see. Birthdays, and besides Toussaint, it is Jason Christ's birthday. Happy birthday, Jason. Hope to see you hop on the trampoline later tonight. Jason is my next door neighbor, so I can look out on my back porch and see him hop on his trampoline. He always says hi to me, so hello, Jason. All right, what else do we have? We have some ARs. All right, Lillian Martinez, 30 points. Maya McConkey, 20 points. Atlas Molina Fry, 10 points. So good reading, y'all. Keep it up. It was fabulous seeing y'all last night. I was really moving. I want to thank everyone for coming out and making that possible. I know that is a night many of us will not forget, so thank y'all. That was very touching and felt really good to see y'all again. I cannot tell you that enough. All right, so we did AR. What else happened today? This is my second take of this. The last one kind of went down in the weeds. I'm going to try to be more focused on this. 1862, it was Lincoln signed the Homestead Act into existence, which basically is going to pave the way for rapid settlement of the Mexican cession, remember California, Arizona, New Mexico, those areas, and the Louisiana Purchase, which is all the areas above Nebraska, Colorado, all that stuff. All the West is going to be rapidly settled as a result of this. It's also going to pave the way for land-grant universities like Texas A&M to go and educate the people. So, important milestone in the United States history. Might have been 1863. Well, I don't know, May 20th. Honestly, I say dates a lot, and really, dates are not the important part about history. I mean, they're good to put stuff in order and to categorize, chronologically how stuff goes, but it's really much more important, like cause and effect, and how stuff that happened in the past still has carryovers to today. That's really the important stuff. I think sometimes we get too obsessed on trivial bits of focusing on dates. I know the STAR test can sometimes do that. So boo trivia. Not boo trivia, but y'all know what I mean. There I go, I'm in the weeds again. Okay, so let me try to get this one out. So also on May 20th, a guy named Chiang Kai-shek was elected basically president of the Republic of China. The story is a little more complicated than that. So to figure out how does this impact today? So go back to 1911, and a guy named Sun Yat-sen is going to successfully lead a Chinese revolt against the Qing dynasty, and modern China is kind of born in 1911. And Sun Yat-sen is kind of the father of modern China. So that when we think of the Chinese government, it happens then, and he was in charge of it. He is going to then pass on power to Chiang Kai-shek in the mid-1920s. So we have a national Chinese government, but then all these little Chinese communist revolutions start breaking out. And Chiang Kai-shek is in charge of China while all these revolutions are going on. Well, then in the 30s, Japan's going to invade. And so the Chinese national government and the Chinese communists are going to join forces to fight the Japanese. This becomes a major theater in World War II. The United States, meanwhile, is supporting the Chinese efforts to fight Japan because, of course, America was part of the Allies fighting the Japanese and the Germans and the Italians in World War II. So we supported the Chinese. Well, then in 1948, so World War II ends in 1945. And instantly this alliance of Chinese communists and Chinese national government are this going to dissolve, and they start fighting again. And so the communists are led by a guy named Mao Zedong, and Chiang Kai-shek is in charge of the Chinese national government. Well, so 1948, in the middle of all this fighting, he is elected president of the Republic of China. But then soon thereafter, they lose the civil war to Mao Zedong and the communist Chinese. And so Chiang Kai-shek and the official quote-unquote Chinese government flee offshore to a rather large island off the coast of mainland China called Taiwan. America supports this as the true China and does not recognize the People's Republic of China, which is the mainland China, the communist. And so for multiple years, we support Taiwan as the true China, and Mao Zedong and the communist leaders that follow him, they think Taiwan should be part of regular China and don't recognize Taiwan as a separate country. But they can't really, if they were to attack Taiwan and take it back, they'd go to war with the United States and all sorts of stuff. So it's kind of this is all a big part of the Cold War, right? Everyone kind of playing chess games with each other politically to try to gain an advantage over someone, but don't go too far because you don't want nuclear war, right? So this is going to change in the 1970s. Nixon is going to come to power, and he wants relations with the People's Republic of China, like Communist China, for various reasons I won't get into here. But anyways, Nixon opens up relations with what we think of as China today. And as part of this, we agree to tell the Chinese Communist Party that we will no longer officially recognize Taiwan. So after supporting Taiwan for years, we kind of pushed Taiwan to the side officially, and then open up official relationship with the mainland China, the People's Republic of China. Meanwhile, of course, kind of still having like unofficial relations with Taiwan, but having official relationships with China. So it's a weird relationship, and like China and Taiwan are still they kind of threaten each other every now and then, and there's all, and then you had Hong Kong and all this stuff. So it really, this impact, this history that happened in China between the communists and the nationalists still plays out today, and is still playing in political stuff today. Like, like how we interact with Taiwan and things we say about Taiwan have direct impacts on how China sees us, and it ties into our trade and tariffs and all that kind of stuff. So it's very much still a history that is impacting today, which I guess is my long way around the point of saying that is a point of studying history, so you can have a better understanding of things that still impact us today, because the relations or the lack thereof between Taiwan and communist China and how the United States plays into that still has an impact on how we have to treat geopolitical relations in the region. So interesting story. All came because Chiang Kai-shek was elected president of the Republic of China, 1948 today, a few months before he had to hightail it over to Taiwan to beat China in another place. All right, there you go. Let's close on the four-way test. I hope that made sense. It's kind of a convoluted story, but that's how we go, right? All right. All right, the four-way test are the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Our virtue this month is honesty. How have you shown honesty, Crockett? Remember, we're going to be safe, be respectful, safe, respectful, responsible. Have a good day. See you around the hall. It really touched my heart to see y'all last night. I miss y'all. Can't wait to see you again. Bye, guys.